Tell me about your thoughts on this Twilight renaissance on Netflix.
On one hand, you're like, oh, I'm old. My God. I feel like that was 5 minutes ago. Now it's like 10-year anniversary.
How will Spencer go down as one of the most impactful roles you've ever done? Is there a specific scene that would add to that, making it even that much more impactful for you?
The experience really does become a sort of quilt memory. It's really hard to isolate days from one another. It's funny to hold an entire life in a proposed sort of conceptual 3-day period. The movie is so far from literal that it's not like we've focused very finitely on these 3 days and sort of we don't look outside of that. The whole thing is kind of a dream, and it's kind of a, I don't know, like a reflection of her inspiration that she had on Steve Knight, the writer, and Pablo and myself, kind of all melded together. So I think, oddly, I don't know, I think just the biggest thing, the most resounding takeaway that I have from making this movie was probably how big and how small I felt as her.
They can't change. You have to change.
You have to be able to do things you hate.
You hate?
There has to be two of you. There's the real one and the one they take pictures of.
I've never felt so big and so small at the same time. There are certain impactful and really resonant and, you know, touching people that exist, and they're sort of lightning in a bottle, one in a million special. But their inner lives sometimes are maybe not what it feels like for everyone outside. Do you know what I mean? Right, it's like this woman was able to reach out and touch so many people and responsible for so much good in the world. It's just a sort of unyielding, unbelievable amount of goodness. But at the same time, it's just really nice to be like, you know, to fall into sort of wake of her dreamy nature was such a trip, and I've never done anything like it.
Oh, I have to bring this up. Another iconic role, obviously. Tell me about your thoughts on this Twilight renaissance on Netflix. It's like all these new fans rediscovering, and even Olivia Rodrigo unironically obsessing with her own like Twilight merch. What do you make of all this? Like this resurgence of Twilight. I mean, it was so big and now it's so big again. It's awesome.
I had no idea. This is great. Like, I saw that it was on Netflix and I was like, oh, right, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it was on there while I was looking through. Dude, it's weird because it doesn't feel, it feels incredibly far away and also still not that far away from me and my time in this moment. I don't know, like, on one hand, you're like, oh, I'm old. My God. I feel like that was 5 minutes ago. Now it's like 10-year anniversary. And I was like, wow, I have to go to my high school anniversary already.
Say it.
Vampire.
It's rad. I don't know. I haven't really, that hasn't touched me yet. I can't wait for someone like, you know, who's 12 or 15 to suddenly think like, it's like when you're little and you tell your parents how great Jimi Hendrix is or something. Right. Not to say that I'm remotely comparing Twilight to Jimi Hendrix, but you know what I mean? Where they're like, dude, you don't even know. It's like so sick.
Yeah.
I do. I was in that. I'm a lot different now. It's been a long time. I know. I think it's amazing. I don't know. I think I get it. I watched all the Harry Potters recently. It's fun to just sit and sort of, it's also the holidays. It's cozy. It makes sense to me.
I want to ask you something. Now, this is, I don't know if you know this, but this year marks the 20th anniversary of the Panic Room. So looking back, what would that version of you, that younger girl version of you, how would she look at your career now? And what would you say to that younger version, that little girl?
Oh, I think she would be so stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I wasn't the little kid that desperately wanted to be like an actress, but I wanted to make movies so badly. I just never wanted to leave a movie set. It's where I wanted to live. I want to spend all my time there. And that is what I've done. I couldn't have written it better myself. I feel just unbelievable, it's just surreal gratitude for that. So I would say, dude, you killed it. I would say, I don't know, every sort of salve that I would like attempt to offer, I would actually probably take right back, because you have to go through it, man. You have to learn every hard lesson, and like, you know, every step that has led me here, I think has been like messy, but the right one. And no, I'm just like totally over the moon to be here. So I would be like, dude, you're fine. Just keep going.
You know, I want to talk a little bit about your fashion choices for Spencer for the press tour. They were awesome. Are you prepared for the non-in-person fashion experience? So have you mastered your Zoom wardrobe for awards night? If it's, let's just say, chest up type of thing.
Oh man, yeah. Well, it probably won't be too far off from this.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, this is like, I was thinking maybe a shirt of some kind. No, I haven't thought about that particular aspect. That would be gnarly. It's funny, you put someone in front of a bookshelf and suddenly they're in full hair and makeup and like, a whole outfit. It doesn't fit. You need to go outside or something. Like take it to some environment that you're like, suspend reality for a moment, because the reality of the bookshelf with the full do is just like, it's really hard to marry those two things.
I think you're doing a pretty good job right now. I think it's working.
Pink, just a little pop of pink.
Pop of pink in there. Yeah, kind of ties in with the little vase in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Going on, same color palette. Okay, speaking, why I'm on the subject of fashion, if I could ask, how much thought have you and Dylan been giving to wedding attire, your ensemble? Anything you can share with us?
I think the whole thing is that you're kind of supposed to be a surprise. You know what I mean? You're supposed to, I guess traditionally speaking, and in this case, who knows how many in this case, I don't even know detail wise, I don't know how many traditions we're going to follow, but I'm going to I know what I'm going to wear, and I can't tell you.
The Palm Springs Film Festival is always it's always starting the awards season off. So how does it feel for you to be recognized for Spencer? I mean, this has got to be a pretty awesome moment in time.
It is beautiful, man. It is. First of all, I'm in Palm Springs right now, so no one else showed up. So I'm here completely ready to talk about this. But I will say that the sculpture itself is like stunning. If I could just like swing a move like this, I'd start winning a lot more awards. Let me just say that. I loved making this movie so much.
Mommy!
Family are all gathered in the drawing room. They are waiting.
3 days. That's it.
So many associations that we have with her are sad because of how much we love her. I think that the things that really resonate with me are actually the more joyful times that we had making this movie. It was so joy packed, and that is the shadow that she left behind. And to step into that light is something that I have never even come close to, and I had the best time doing it. And everyone that helped make the movie everyone was just so completely connected and genuinely curious and willing to follow Pablo's kind of wild and unique vision, and that's the most you could ever hope for trying to put a movie together. It was just so much fun, and I love her so much.
Now with this honor, you are in some wild, amazing company here. Julia Roberts, Amy Adams, and now the list goes on, but all these people kind of went on and were honored and got the Academy Award. Have you thought of having the prefix on your name? Academy Award winner, Academy Award nominee, Kristen Stewart. Has that something you think about, or is it just blows past you?
Every one of those syllables, just how long it takes to, just how long your credit is. Specifically, no, but thank you for bringing that up. That is something to consider. I can't even imagine it, to be honest. It's like the coolest. This is tippy top what you go for. You want to connect to the most people you possibly can through doing a movie. That's why we make them. But I also just have never really, I don't know, I've never functioned in this realm of like, I just don't think I'm an Oscar-y person. I don't know. Like, I've just been working for so long, and I like love what I do, and I don't know. It's just, what a stunning, like completely kind of surreal opportunity to do something like that feels so true to you and so of a moment and reflective of something that inspires you in history, and then just sort of blast it out so universally, and then talk about, I don't know, I think like the whole Oscar thing is, I don't know, it makes people giddy, and it's always the question, and I completely understand why. because it is such a cool thing to share something you love with that many people. It's been like such a wild ride.
All right, now I want to open the floor. I want to give you the moment to thank whoever you like for this recognition, and just speak freely, and it's all yours.
Well, I would like to thank the Palm Springs Film Festival for existing at all and loving movies the way we all do. And every single person that was involved in putting this thing together came from the most beautiful and open place. And I think that just trickles right down from the top, because this is a movie about Princess Diana. And I think the only reason we made this movie is because we love her. And it came from her and Right to Pablo, who is kind of the only person that I really feel like singling out right now, other than the entire effort that it took to make the whole thing. We were all here for him and her. And how cool that we get to sort of like traipse off with this movie and watch the life that it can have, because it's like bigger than I ever imagined. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, genuinely.